Hi, CJ here. We all make mistakes. We're not perfect and we all have our bad moments. But what if you're making the same mistake over and over again, even when you know it's wrong or it's not healthy for us? Well, that's called a bad habit. And in today's edition of Life Notes, we're talking about how to change that bad habit. Why is it so hard to change? Our lifestyle, the style of our lives, is the sum total of our habits. And a proper understanding of this truth can make our life easier. For example, knowing how to tie my shoelaces without thinking about it can save me valuable time in a day. And brushing my teeth and showering without thinking twice, well, that does wonders for my health, and I'm sure there are others that really appreciate it as well. Habits can also make our lives difficult. And if we doubt that, well, if you share a bed with someone, you try changing the side of the bed you sleep on, or try mixing up the seating at the family dinner table. Habits are formed through repeated action. And when we perform a task enough times, you no longer have to think about how it's done because our brains form neural pathways, connections between neurons that get stronger and stronger the more times we perform that task. It's almost as though the repeated action is creating a path, much like how a path is created in the grass on your favorite outdoor trail. Fortunately and unfortunately, once these neural pathways are formed, they do not go away. And as a result, we can do some amazing things without having to really think about it, or we can be hooked with a bad habit. The tendency to fall back into old habits or a habit we're trying to break is always there. But yes, people can change. Well, that's if they really want to. We must create new pathways, new neural pathways, a new habit, and it must be stronger than the old habit. The new choice, the new way of being must be made repeatedly, over and over again. Now, it'll be tough at first, but in time, the more connections we make, well, the more connections will appear on the new pathway than the old. Frank Gilbert puts it this way: by choosing our habits, we determine the grooves into which time will wear us. Remember, you determine your destiny by the choices you make each day. How you think and feel shapes your character. Your choices actually make physical and chemical changes in your brain and nervous system. So, as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time to change. So be patient with yourself when mistakes are made or if you fail. Be determined to learn from your mistakes and create a plan for the next time you are challenged. Know what your triggers are, the things that lead up to your habitual behavior. Removing your triggers makes it harder to fall into that routine you're trying to break. I've got 3 questions for you. What is triggering your habit? What new habit are you going to create today? Who are you going to reach out to support you and keep you accountable? Samuel Johnson says, the chains of habit are generally too small to be felt until they're too strong to be broken. End quote. Make sure that starting today, you're weaving a thread of positive habits into a cable that at last you cannot break.